kick back, and then you get a bend at the knee. You also get side to side at the knee. Look at that. That kind of articulation has not been on a Mego figure before. Wow, that's really cool. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's an exciting day because inside of this box is the G.I. Joe Mego set that I ordered from Hasbro Pulse. And it just got delivered. I'm very excited to open up this box, and I will be doing a full review of the set and getting everything out of the package and taking a look at the articulation. So please stay tuned to the video for all of that because I'm going to do as an extensive a review of this as I can. It's a very exciting set, so let's go ahead and open up the box. Okay, so we got this thing out of the box now, and overall I'm really digging the packaging. This illustration on the front of it looks really fantastic, and on the back you can see pictures of the characters in sort of like a dramatic situation. They built kind of like a set for them to interact with. So that's very cool, and very excited to continue opening up this box. So this part right here, it actually slips over top of the inner packaging. So you can just sort of slide that off, and that sort of protects the inner part because, as you can see, there's no window, there's no plastic in this packaging. This is Hasbro's sort of effort to eliminate plastics in their packaging. So this is their new approach, and I gotta say I'm only slightly a fan of it. I do appreciate the goal of being more environmentally friendly, but in terms of being collector friendly, I think they still have a ways to go in terms of really making this work. This cardboard seems a little thin, so I can understand why certain people's packages have gotten damaged in shipping. So maybe a little bit thicker cardboard might be the solution to that problem. Thankfully, mine arrived in really good condition. Doesn't seem to be any significant damage to mine. Just a little bit of bending here and there, but overall it looks to be in pretty good shape. And the figures look perfect. Very excited to get these out of the package. And on the back of this package, you can see more pictures of the characters in action, and also featured are the accessories. So you can see the Snake Eyes accessories here and the Storm Shadows accessories here. And like on all Mego packaging, the write-up on Marty Abrams is right here. And you can see the logo of both companies here because it did take two companies in order to collaborate to make this project possible, because Hasbro owns the rights to G.I. Joe, and then Mego has the trademark on the action figure body. So yeah, this is a cool collaboration, and I'm very excited for the future of what that means for us as collectors. So I'm going to go ahead and get these figures out of this packaging and show you all the details, and we'll go over the articulation as well. So stay tuned. Okay, so I got these figures out of the package now, and I want to mention there's this little weapons case that comes with this set. It's basically just made out of cardboard, but the cool thing about this is that it actually is kind of a throwback tribute to the original G.I. Joe footlocker in terms of the coloration of it and this deco on the front. So I think that's very cool. Nice little tribute to the original G.I. Joe. And this is a clever way to sort of contain the various small accessories in a way that doesn't require, affixing them to the back of the package or using any plastics. So I think this was a good solution. I actually like this a lot. So that's kind of cool. And then in terms of the figures themselves, they come with so many accessories that if you're having any hesitation about picking up this set, I would throw that aside, because in terms of everything that you get with this set, it definitely justifies the cost. I mean, if you look at Snake Eyes, he comes with just a ton of stuff. He comes with a backpack, comes with a sword, comes with a Uzi, comes with this pistol here, so you can see what that pistol looks like. So that's very cool, and that just fits in the holster here on his leg. And you can see on his other leg, there's this small knife, so you can see what that looks like. So that's very cool. Just a nice little knife that fits in a sheath right here on the side of his leg. So that's very cool. And obviously the Uzi, you can see what that looks like. Nice detail on that. Pretty simple, but very, very traditional for the kind of weapon that Snake Eyes would have. And then you can see all these various bands and stuff on his uniform, bands and belts and stuff. So very extensive, far more extensive than you would typically see on a Mego figure that was just done on a card. So I would definitely call this a deluxe figure in terms of everything that you're getting. So you can see these leather gauntlets on his arms and sort of all these patches on his uniform. The boots are basically just a standard Mego boot, but I think they look appropriate for this particular set. And you can see the emblem on his shoulder. For those of you who are familiar with Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, you will recognize that. And I think the head sculpt looks really good too. Simple but effective in terms of the head sculpt. And you can see like a little bit of detail there in terms of implying that there's a mouth underneath the mask. Nice subtle details there. So yeah, I think that looks great. And you can see the detail on his sword and fits in his hand just fine. And this will also fit into a little holder on his backpack as well. So you can see back here, they've got a way to kind of stow that away when he's not using it. So that's quite nice. So yeah, and this backpack doesn't have any other features to it. It's basically just one solid piece of plastic, and it hooks into the belt that sort of goes around his back. So you can see how that works. So that's quite nice. So overall, I think this figure looks amazing. Very happy in terms of having this scale version of Snake Eyes in my collection. I have quite a few versions of Snake Eyes in my collection, but none of them are in this scale. So this is pretty interesting to have. And then on Storm Shadow, again, comes with lots of accessories. His backpack also includes that familiar emblem. And the arrows are not removable. Those are just sort of decorative. But he does come with a bow, so you can see what that looks like. So that's very cool. And this backpack is removable as well. It just clips in there with a hook, so you can see what that looks like. And there is storage there for both of his bladed weapons as well. So you can see there's a kind of short sword here that fits in that one, and then the longer sword fits in this sheath. So that's very cool, a way to stow away the weapons when he's not using them. In addition to the sword, he also comes with a number of other weapons, including nunchucks, which have the real chain. So that's a very nice touch. I like the detail on that a lot. And he also comes with these throwing stars. You can see there's 2 of those, and they fit nicely into his belt. So very small accessories, could easily get lost. So just be careful in terms of keeping an eye on those, that they don't fall into a crack somewhere. And then there's a small knife right here, also fits on his belt. So that's very cool. Yeah, I think all the accessories and stuff that come with this really make it, an excellent set. And you can see they did a really good job on that head sculpt too. I think that looks fantastic. All his uniform looks really excellent. And you can see what his boots look like, different from the ones that are on Snake Eyes. So yeah, looking really cool. And it should be noted that this is not the standard Mego body. This is an upgraded body. So I'm going to go over the articulation with you on that, because I'm actually going to do a more extensive review of the articulation on this in a separate video. But I'm going to go over it in this video as well, just so you can see what it looks like. At the head, this is still just a single joint there. There's no front and back or side to side at the head. So that's pretty standard in terms of Mego articulation. But it should be noted that this is now a bandless body. So all these joints are now fixed in there with plastic. So it means probably chances are this will be less likely to fall apart than the ones that are held together with elastic bands. So, and as you can see, the articulation at the shoulder, pretty much the same as a standard Mego. But in terms of being able to extend out and actually hold that pose, this is much better than the original Mego body. So you've got a lot more flexibility at the shoulder. So that's really cool. And then articulation at the elbow is like this, and then also like this. So a lot of added articulation in terms of being able to take on different poses. So that's never existed on the standard 8-inch Mego body before. So that added articulation is really critical. And then articulation at the wrists is pretty much the same. You get bending back and forth like this, and also a pivot. So that's pretty standard for Mego figures. And then at the waist, he gets a lot of side to side, a lot of front and back, and also a pivot. So yeah, quite a bit of flexibility at the waist. At the hip, he can kick out, kick forward, kick back, and then you get a bend at the knee. You also get side to side at the knee. Look at that. That kind of articulation has not been on a Mego figure before. So really fantastic to see that. Wow, that's really cool. Very excited to have that kind of articulation. So means that you can get a lot more dramatic poses in terms of the legs. And in addition to that, he's got articulation at the feet. I'll remove the boot so you can actually see that. So with the boot removed, you can see what the foot articulation is like. And this is pretty much almost like a standard G.I. Joe figure. So you get articulation like that and also a pivot. So very fantastic in terms of articulation at the feet. Much more extensive articulation than we've seen on standard Mego bodies. So that's very cool in terms of the added articulation for these figures. So in terms of my overall impression of the set, I think it looks fantastic. I did a really good job on the figures, and I only have like one minor criticism of the figures themselves, and that is at the waist, it seems a little floppy. So there might be room for improvement in terms of that waist articulation. So they seem to hold up okay, but yeah, I'm a little concerned about over time whether or not that waist is going to, continue to, withstand any kind of serious posing. But that is my only criticism. Overall, I'm very happy with these sets. I definitely appreciate the added articulation on these figures. Vast improvement over the original Mego figure. So that's really an amazing plus for this set. It should be noted that there's also a Ghostbusters set that includes the 4 Ghostbusters figures available in this Mego style on Hasbro Pulse. So that set's coming down the line sooner or later. So I've ordered that, and I will review that on the channel when that arrives. That's pretty much all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more reviews of Mego figures in the future, think about subscribing to the channel because I will be covering a lot more of this stuff in future videos. Until next time, I hope you're having a great day, and thanks for watching.